There are over 50,000 games available to play on the Steam platform, but they're not all created equal. Just over 10,000 games are marked as a multiplayer, and of those games, there are all sorts of different genres and prices to go along with them. It'd take an eternity to sift through the massive library and find several games that check all the important boxes. Things like if the game is cheap, if the game is fun, and if the game is replayable. Hello again, friends, and welcome back to Game Rant. I'm Casey, and these are the 10 best Steam games that are $20 or less. At number 10, we've got Valheim for $20. Think Minecraft but in third person and set in a Viking world. Valheim is a beautiful adventure game that has room for up to 10 players to play together. The mission? Explore the large open world, get sick gear, and fight unique bosses. It's a great game to play while chatting with friends on Discord. Space out while creating legendary Viking houses and drinking halls. Enjoy the casual fun while it lasts, because inevitably one player in the friend group will grind harder than everyone else to get overpowered gear. Valheim is cheap at $20 and has plenty of replayability. It's also just over 1 GB, so it's easy to download and play. At number 9, we've got Depth at $20. Depth plays on the usual human experience of being terrified of the deep ocean. Think Jaws or literally any other movie about sharks. Play as a diver trying to find sunken treasure, or as a shark trying to kill literally every human under the sea. Divers have access to all sorts of underwater weapons to protect themselves, and the shark player can pick from a multitude of different shark species to get an edge. Humans are kinda shaped like nails when thinking about it. Better pull out the hammerhead shark. At number 8, we've got Ultimate Chicken Horse for $15. Ultimate Chicken Horse has hilarious and simple graphics and an even simpler goal: get to the end of the level by any means necessary. There are several rounds, giving all players multiple chances to get from point A to point B. Every time they do, they're awarded points. The player to reach the point total first wins, but it's not that easy. There are obstacles built into each map, and every player gets to pick from a shared pool of obstacles to place on the map in between rounds. Any obstacle place affects all players, even the one that placed it. Every player can make the map hell for their opponents or for themselves by accident. At number 7, we've got Speedrunners for $15. Like platforming games? Weird outfits? What about competing with friends? Speedrunners mashes all these concepts together and churns out a fun racing game where players use grappling hooks to propel themselves around a course. As the race progresses and players get eliminated, the screen's borders close in. If any player touches the border, they die. Games are quick and chaotic. As players run around the course, they can pick up weapons to shoot at their opponents to make them stumble and fall to their doom. At number 6, we've got Screen Cheat for $15. When gamers used to play split-screen Halo against their friends back in the day, everyone screen cheated. It's when a player looks at another player's part of the screen to see where they are or gain other information. It was considered a cheat tactic because it wouldn't be possible to do that if players were playing together online. In Screen Cheat, that's absolutely the case. In the game, everyone is invisible. The only way you can actually see where players are is to look at their portion of the screen. This makes for a ridiculous experience that's only amplified by the wacky weapons available to use. Throw a stuffed animal full of explosives or shoot plasma balls from a car engine. Whatever weapon a player chooses, they're going to have to screen cheat to use it. At number 5, we've got Friends vs. Friends for $15. Friends vs. Friends is a stylish first-person shooter dueling game with a twist. Players can match up against another solo player or have a 2v2 duel. There are a series of rounds, and whoever wins the most rounds wins the game. But before each round, each player is dealt a hand of cards. Each card impacts the round in some way. The card could upgrade a weapon from a pistol into an AK-47, or something else that's much better. The card could make the player move faster or make their opponent's head bigger so headshots are easier to land. Once players have picked a card, they're let loose on each other. At number 4, we've got Left 4 Dead for $10. Left 4 Dead may be an older game released way back in 2008, but it stands to the test of time. Its unique formula of creative weapons, special infected monsters, level design, and difficulty options keep it fresh and challenging for all types of players. And if players ever get bored with the traditional co-op campaign, they can try their hand at the versus mode. This opens the door for players to take control of the zombies in the game and try to eliminate the human survivors. The survivors must work together and make it out alive, but if a survivor dies along the way, don't worry. They'll come back to life in a random closet. At number 3, we've got Lunch Lady for $5. In Lunch Lady, a group of kids have broken into their high school to try to steal answers for the upcoming finals. There are 10 pages of answers to find, and they're scattered around the high school. Straightforward, right? Well, no. It's nighttime and it's incredibly dark. Players have to use their flashlights to navigate their surroundings. Oh, and there's a crazy lunch lady hell-bent on killing anyone she finds. Lunch Lady is a fun but horrifying game to play. The closer the players get to completing the goal, the faster and more dangerous the lunch lady becomes. She'll react to any sounds a player makes while moving and anything they may say. The game has localized audio, so players need to be careful about when they talk and for how long, because if another player can hear them, that means the lunch lady can too. Expect to laugh, scream, and of course, run. At number 2, we've got Among Us for $5. Among Us surged in popularity a few years ago, but there has never been a better time to play the game thanks to recent updates. For those unaware, Among Us is a game about lying and deception. 8 players are thrust into a map together. 6 of them are crewmates and 2 of them are imposters. The crewmates have to run around the map and complete their individual tasks before the imposters kill them all. Since the game's initial explosion in popularity, there have been several updates. There are now loads of new customization options to choose from and a couple of different ways to play the game. There are also microtransactions now, giving players a way to support the game while earning cool customization options. And taking our spot at number 1, Deceit for $0. Just like a victim from the Saw movies, Deceit has players wake up in an unfamiliar place to the voice of a game master. Thanks to the game master, some players are infected with a virus and they have to take down the other players in the lobby who are innocent. The innocents have to figure out how to escape and which items and players they want to trust in helping them to do that. It's really cool that this game is free to play. It's fun to play with friends, and similar to Among Us, Deceit is a game about deception and trust. Players will never know who's on their side and who's an infected stranger trying to kill them. And there you have it, folks, the 10 best Steam games for $20 or less. We at Game Rant hope that you enjoy the content that we provide and hope to catch you in the next video. Take care for now.